This is Johanna from Chapman Stories, and this is my tutorial on where I shop for 1/6 scale action figures. Probably the most common place that I do shop for them is eBay. I've been shopping for them for so many years now that I have a lot of bodies and I just switch out their heads. So I am constantly on eBay just searching for whatever the latest ones that are available. I type in 1/6 head, and then I make sure that I am in the category of action figures under toys and hobbies. And there's just thousands of them in here. Lots of super expensive ones that collectors have made themselves and customized. Over half of them are going to be ones that are directly from manufacturers, like Hot Toys, Damn Toys, DID. These are a lot of the brands that I purchase. Basically, the collector has purchased this action figure and then they're selling it in parts. They sell the head separately from the body, from the shoes, from the clothes. So I mostly look for heads, and I have some different criteria that I look for when I'm looking for a head. One of which is it cannot be a character from a movie that is recognizable only as that character. Michael Jackson Thriller head that you see there I could never use because it's only recognizable for that video. And the Superman head, because he's got the cute little swirly in the front, can only be Superman. So you won't see C-3PO, even though I love Star Wars in any of my stories. This Jackie Chan head I actually could use because it's just Jackie Chan and he could be a lot of different people. The second thing I look for is the resin quality to make sure that the head itself has a really nice reflective quality on the light so that when I take a photograph of it, it really looks like a person. Some of them are a little more translucent and are really tough to photograph. I'll show you some examples of those in a second. So that makes a big difference. Make sure you look at the pictures on eBay to make sure that they're the kind that photograph well. Another thing I look for is the neck joint because I want to make sure they fit on the bodies that I like to use. So the Hot Toys body has become the standard, so most of them will fit that. Just to show you that particular head right there, that's the hole that I want. That's the normal size Hot Toy head joint that's going to go into there. Here's some photos of some heads that I had a really hard time photographing because their skin was a little translucent. This third one with the Nicolas Cage one is this probably, it was even a soft head, it wasn't a normal resin, so it was really tough, the light went right through it. The Dragon Boys I really like, they're older heads, but they're a little cartoonish, they're not as realistic as, say, this one right here, which looks like a human. Now I love this type of head, not only for the skin, but because it's just a head and it can actually wobble on the neck and it has a lot more expression. You can have a lot more emotions come through when you do your posing, like that pose right there. When the head comes on a neck and it's one long unit like that, I have to hide the line with the shirt the best I can, but it only does is it bobs forward and you can twist it side to side, but you're not going to get that lovely head tilt that you can get on a neck when it's just the head attached to the neck itself. Now the favorite body that I like to use right now, my favorite one is the COO model, C-O-O, and the reason being is because they're really nice cheap price and because they come in 27-inch ones. I have most of my collection of females are fashion royalty and they're really tall, so most action figure females are really short, so the short males go with them, but I need a taller man. So that right there is what the COO model looks like, where you just have the head and you need to attach it to the neck, and that's the basic head joint. And on the one on the left, that's the 27-centimeter one, which is taller than the normal Hot Toys body, which is the 25-centimeter one. So I usually get those tall bodies. The other type I get is this. That's the one that you can put a long neck on, but it also has a second neck joint that you can also put just the head with the neck on there as well. So it'll take both kinds. This is probably the most flexible. That's what a head looks like when it's got a neck attached. And if you're looking for suits or clothing, eBay is great for that as well. Type in 1/6 suit, and there's tuxes, suits, regular clothing, all kind of clothing out there of all kind of eras. Cotswold Collectibles is another store that I like to go to online. Mainly I purchase actual boxed action figures from here because they don't really sell in parts. So you get a lot of action figures here. They have diorama supplies, they have horses, motorcycles, all the different brands. They have a lot of brands on here and all the newest stuff. So it's a really good place to look for the Ku model bodies I got here, the full packaged action figure if you need that with it. Comes with the clothing, comes with everything. And they're in the US, which is nice, so shipping only takes a week or two. A lot of the places that I buy on eBay are in China, and it takes 3 to 4 weeks. If you have Facebook, when you click on the click here, it'll take you into Facebook, and you can actually look at all the photos of the action figure or the suit or whatever you're looking at full screen. They also sell packaged suits or outfits, not actually from an actual action figure, box figure, but just they actually sell just packaged suits as well, all by themselves. I've gotten a lot of suits here and shoes, boots, all kind of stuff. And as you can see here, chairs, tables. I got a really nice couch set from here. They no longer sell it. And you got to make sure when stuff comes out that you purchase it because after about 6 to 8 months it's gone, and the only place you can get it after that is possibly there will be a few of them on eBay, but they'll be a much higher price. So I always try to get things when they've come out and I know that they're still in stock. It's better to get them at the manufacturer's price than it is to get them at a private seller's eBay price later. Monkey Depot is another great store that I go to a lot online. Difference between Monkey Depot and Cotswold Collectibles is that Monkey Depot will actually purchase the figures and then sell them in separate parts, kind of like how they do on eBay. So if you go to nude figures and parts, you can actually choose nude figures all, and what I normally do is they only start with $45 a page, but I go to $4.50 a page, and then I will sort it by highest price first. And then that way I can see as many as possible. It's usually in two pages after that. But here's heads, they have bodies, they have wrist joints, they have feet, hands, all kinds of parts that are really awesome if you just need that one thing. And I have broken off many a wrist joint. If you do break those off inside of the wrist itself, you just heat up the wrist, you can dig them out. But then the actual joint itself is just broken for good. You just throw it away and you got to buy another one. So this is a really nice place to find those type of things. And it's a cool place to find hands too. So it's just nice that they break up the actual sets and you can actually purchase them in pieces. Another nice thing about Monkey Depot is because they do break things up, they have a lot of loose gear with clothing, which is really nice, all different eras. I've done a few historical stories, so this website's been very helpful to find just individual pieces or to find boots that go with that era. So lots of good stuff on this website. Black Ops Toys is another website out there that usually sells modern military type action figures. They sell the entire boxed figure, but they also sell the heads and they sell the loose gear with the clothing, the boots, all of that good stuff. So I come here a lot for heads. So they have a really nice array of heads. They also have a really nice array of loose gear, of clothing. I've bought several shirts and pants and stuff here. World of 1/6, another website, pretty much just like the last one. They do a lot of loose gear, so a lot of heads, a lot of outfits. They also sell full boxed action figures, but they don't have a selection that the other stores do, but their loose gear is fantastic. And they have all the eras. XL Shop is a place in Malaysia that I usually go to actually first because most like Hot Toys and a lot of the other manufacturers are in China. So these guys are going to find out what's coming out first. So I'll go there, I'll type in 1/6, and I will look through whatever's the absolute newest action figure coming out. They usually get them first before the US stores, but they will charge you, I think I paid $60 for shipping or $50, I don't know. It was pretty high, but they ship in 3 days. It's not that month-long thing that I get from eBay. So I bought a couple figures from here that I couldn't get anywhere else. Nowhere in the US, nowhere on eBay. So they're a nice store too. Tom Walker Toys, another American store. They sell boxed, not loose gear, so you're going to get the full action figure here. They have a really good selection of all the different brands that are out there, and they got really good prices. So I usually check all of them. What I normally do is I shop every single one of these sites to see where I can get the best price and I can get the fastest shipping. So I recommend looking at every single one of them out there because there's just so many different choices to look from. And again, just typing 1/6 scale anywhere on Google, you can find lots of stores. Storerooms, I found this one because the guy was on eBay and he has his own website. He's in China and they had a lot of unique clothing and diorama stuff that I didn't see anywhere else. So also worth a look. And another place that I found was 1/6 Kit, which sells they have a lot of nice suits and other type of clothing kits. They don't sell a lot of separate loose gear, but if you're looking for a nice actual all put together suit with the shoes and everything that go together, nice website. You're probably noticing that I don't have anything in here about female figures. I don't collect them at this point, so I'm not going to have any tutorials on that. However, I hope this helped you a lot in finding any type of male action figures, whether they're boxed or they're loose gear or any kind of clothing for them. I've noticed that just in the last 5 years, the choices out there have expanded exponentially. So when I first started collecting back in 2007, there was not anywhere near the amount of choices there are now. So I'm hoping in the next 10 years it gets even better. So happy shopping and thanks so much. More tutorials coming from Japman Stories soon.